Hello, everyone. If you're over 60 and aiming to feel at your best, energetic, mentally sharp, and independent, then you're absolutely in the right place. Today, I want to talk about a topic that might seem a bit too simple at first: cucumbers. Yes, that's right. Cucumbers, those crunchy green veggies you probably see in nearly every produce aisle. You might think they're nothing special, but for older adults who want to maintain vitality and support overall health, cucumbers can be a surprisingly powerful ally. I've been working in the realm of senior health and wellness for several decades. During this time, I've observed something interesting. Small, consistent shifts in one's daily diet can lead to profound benefits in terms of energy, digestion, and the way a person feels day to day. We're talking about subtle improvements that, taken together, add up to big changes over time. Cucumbers happen to be one of those underrated foods that people often dismiss as just watery or plain. But when consumed properly and in the right combinations, they can help support healthy hydration levels, joint comfort, blood pressure balance, and more. Before we go deep, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Share your city or country in the comments, and let's see how far this video is traveling. I always find it fascinating to see the range of places people live in, and it's a great way to build a sense of community around the world. Also, be sure to stay tuned for the entire video because I'll be revealing not only the potential pitfalls of pairing cucumbers with certain foods, but also three incredibly beneficial combinations that can enhance digestion, support heart health, and boost nutrient absorption. Plus, I'll offer some tips on how to select, store, and prepare cucumbers in ways that make the most sense for seniors, especially if you deal with arthritis or limited hand strength. Let's get started with why cucumbers matter so much in the first place. The most obvious reason is their extremely high water content. In fact, cucumbers can be composed of up to 96% water. As we get older, our sense of thirst naturally diminishes, so by the time you actually feel thirsty, you may already be mildly dehydrated. That's especially important to keep in mind if you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond. Dehydration in older adults is not just about feeling parched. It can contribute to dizziness, confusion, fatigue, and an overall lower quality of life. In some cases, it may even increase the risk of falls, which can lead to complications. By regularly eating foods with high water content, like cucumbers, you're giving your body a steady source of hydration without even thinking about it. But hydration is only the beginning. Cucumbers also contain silica, which supports healthy connective tissues and joints. If you've ever felt stiffness in your knees or hands first thing in the morning, you might benefit from adding more sources of silica to your diet. Over time, adequate silica intake can help maintain elasticity and comfortable movement. It's not a quick fix, but it can be a gentle aid that contributes to overall joint comfort. Next up is the benefit for blood pressure management. Many older adults find themselves battling high blood pressure, hypertension, and sodium intake is often a big concern. Cucumbers are naturally low in sodium, which is great if you're trying to keep your salt levels under control. They're also a source of potassium, a mineral that can help balance the effects of sodium and reduce fluid retention. That's why cucumbers often come recommended for people who want an easy, natural approach to supporting a healthy blood pressure range. So cucumbers are simple to prepare. They help with hydration, joint health, and blood pressure. What could possibly go wrong? As it turns out, there are some common and seemingly innocent combinations that can actually negate some of these benefits or even create new health challenges. Let's talk first about three combinations you might want to avoid. Combination to avoid number one, cucumbers with raw carrots. This pair might shock a lot of people because raw cucumber and carrot sticks or salads sound like a perfectly healthy and crunchy snack. The issue is that carrots contain an enzyme called ascorbic acid oxidase, which can break down vitamin C. Vitamin C is an essential nutrient for maintaining a robust immune system. As we get older, our immune system can weaken, making us more vulnerable to colds, flu, and infections. If you frequently eat raw carrots alongside cucumbers, there's a possibility that this enzyme will degrade some of the vitamin C you consume, undermining one of the major reasons you eat fresh fruits and vegetables in the first place. Now, does this mean you should never eat carrots again? Absolutely not. If you want them with your cucumber, steam them lightly or cook them a little. Heat helps deactivate that enzyme so it can't break down vitamin C. Alternatively, you can add a splash of lemon juice to your salad. The acidity in lemon juice helps neutralize the enzyme so that your vitamin C can stay intact. A simple tweak can ensure you're getting the most out of your veggies and protecting your immune health. Combination to avoid number 2, cucumbers with bananas. This might surprise those of you who like to make smoothies in the morning, maybe combining banana and cucumber for a seemingly nutritious drink. Bananas and cucumbers are each high in potassium. Normally, potassium is fantastic for supporting healthy heart function, blood pressure, and muscle activity. However, problems can arise when you consume too much potassium too quickly, especially if your kidneys have trouble processing it, or if you are on certain medications that already alter your potassium levels. This scenario is quite common in older adults. If your potassium levels get too high, you could experience symptoms like weakness, fatigue, dizziness, or even irregular heart rhythms. Someone who is younger or has no kidney issues might handle that potassium overload without a problem. But for a person in their 70s or 80s, or someone with a history of kidney concerns, combining bananas and cucumbers at the same time might be more stress than the body needs. The good news is that you don't have to completely eliminate either food. Just have a banana in the morning and your cucumbers later in the day, or vice versa. Spacing them out allows your body to handle the potassium more comfortably. Combination to avoid number 3, pickled cucumbers with very salty foods. Many people enjoy pickles. They're tangy, crunchy, and can make a great garnish or snack. But pickles can be loaded with sodium. If you combine pickled cucumbers with other high-sodium foods, like processed meats, salty crackers, chips, or even a lot of cheese, you might push your daily salt intake well beyond what's recommended for healthy blood pressure and heart function. An excessive intake of sodium can lead to fluid retention, cause you to feel bloated, and place extra strain on your cardiovascular system. For older adults, this is a serious risk factor for high blood pressure, heart disease, and strokes. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to give up pickles entirely. You can make your own low-salt versions at home or choose brands that use less salt. Drink more water to help flush out sodium and be mindful of the rest of your diet so you're not stacking multiple salty foods at once. Having covered what to avoid, let's shift gears to the good stuff. Cucumber combinations that can support and even enhance your well-being. These next 3 pairings are nutritional powerhouses that can help with digestion, heart health, and maximizing nutrient intake. Helpful combination number 1, cucumbers and pears. One of the most common complaints I hear from older adults is irregular bowel movements or constipation. As we age, the gut might not move as efficiently as it once did. Fiber is key, but not all fiber is the same. Cucumbers contain a good amount of insoluble fiber, which helps add bulk to stool and keep digestion rolling along. Pears, on the other hand, are rich in soluble fiber like pectin, which helps soften stool and make it easier to pass. When you eat cucumbers and pears together, you get both types of fiber working in synergy to promote comfortable regular digestion. I've known quite a few people who struggled with chronic constipation for years, trying everything from laxatives to specialized diets, only to discover that a simple daily habit of snacking on half a pear and some sliced cucumber made a huge difference in how they felt. Helpful combination number 2, cucumbers and apples. Apples are known for their fiber content, antioxidants, and pectin, which can assist in lowering levels of bad cholesterol, LDL. Cucumbers, as we've discussed, are high in water, contain potassium, and support hydration. Together, apples and cucumbers make a stellar team for heart health. The potassium in cucumbers can help with normal blood pressure, while the pectin in apples may aid in managing cholesterol. For older adults who are trying to support cardiovascular well-being, this is a natural choice. You can slice up an apple and half a cucumber as a morning snack, or blend them into a smoothie with a bit of water or low-fat yogurt. If you want to keep your blood sugar in check, opt for a green apple instead of a red one, because green apples often have a slightly lower sugar content and glycemic index. Helpful combination number 3, cucumbers and apple cider vinegar. This might sound a bit unconventional if you're not used to it, but it can be a real game changer for nutrient absorption. Apple cider vinegar contains acids and enzymes that can improve digestion by helping break down food more efficiently. As we get older, our stomach acid levels may decline, which affects how well we absorb the vitamins and minerals from our meals. By incorporating a small amount of apple cider vinegar with cucumbers, you can potentially enhance your nutrient uptake. Many people report feeling increased energy and overall better digestion after adding this duo to their routines. If you're not keen on the strong taste of vinegar, dilute it. A simple approach is to take a glass of water, add a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, then toss in a few slices of cucumber for flavor. You can also create a quick salad. Sliced cucumber, a mixture of apple cider vinegar and water, maybe a ratio of 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, a little pinch of dill or other herbs, and a touch of sweetener if you find the vinegar too strong. Now that you understand both the pairs to avoid and the pairs to embrace, let's talk about picking, storing, and preparing cucumbers. This part is crucial for anyone, but especially for older adults who might have limited grip strength or joint pain in the hands. First, how do you choose the right cucumbers at the store? Look for medium-sized cucumbers that are firm, with smooth, vibrant-looking skin. If they're soft or have wrinkled areas, they're probably past their prime. Avoid any with large yellow spots because that typically means they're overripe and the flavor will be more bitter. If you have arthritis or reduced hand strength, you may find the thinner-skinned English cucumbers, the ones often wrapped in plastic, much easier to slice and chew without peeling. Next, how should you store your cucumbers so they last longer? The most common mistake is just tossing them into the fridge without any care. Instead, wrap them in a paper towel first. This will absorb excess moisture and keep them crisp. Store them in the crisper drawer, but not in the same area as fruits that emit ethylene gas, such as apples, bananas, or tomatoes, because this gas accelerates spoilage. If you've already sliced your cucumbers, keep them in an airtight container with a paper towel at the bottom to maintain their crunch and freshness. Preparation methods can also make a difference. If handling a knife is challenging, consider using a mandolin slicer with a safety guard for even, thin slices. Or cut the cucumber into sections first, so there's less chance of it slipping as you slice. You can even use a food processor if you're making a dip, a cold soup, or if you want finely chopped cucumber for a salad. By working smarter, not harder, you'll have a much easier time incorporating cucumbers into your meals. Let's go a bit further into practical meal ideas that revolve around cucumbers and their beneficial combinations. For instance, you could start your day with cucumber-infused water. Simply slice up a cucumber the night before, place it in a pitcher of water, and let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. In the morning, you have a refreshing and hydrating beverage that's much more flavorful than plain water. This little trick can encourage you to stay hydrated throughout the day, which is crucial for maintaining cognitive function, joint lubrication, and overall well-being. By lunchtime, you could try a simple salad that incorporates a beneficial pairing. For example, thinly slice half a cucumber and half an apple. Toss them together with a modest amount of olive oil, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of salt if you like, but not too much. The combination of crunchy cucumber and sweet tart apple is incredibly satisfying without being heavy. It also provides that synergy of potassium and pectin that supports healthy blood pressure and cholesterol levels. In the evening, if you want to give your digestion and nutrient absorption a boost, consider a quick cucumber salad with apple cider vinegar. Slice a cucumber into thin rounds, add 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, then toss the mixture over the cucumber. You could also sprinkle in fresh herbs like dill or parsley, along with a dash of black pepper. Let it sit for about 10 minutes so the flavors meld together. The apple cider vinegar helps with nutrient absorption, while the cucumber remains hydrating and gentle on your digestive system. For those who have trouble chewing or prefer warm meals, cucumbers can still play a role. While we often think of cucumbers as a raw snack, they can also be incorporated into cooked dishes. One idea is to lightly sauté sliced cucumbers with a bit of onion and garlic, then mix them into a soup or stew near the end of cooking. This can preserve some of the cucumber's fresh qualities while also providing a softer texture for those with dental concerns or jaw discomfort. Now let's address a couple of important disclaimers. First, if you're on medications for high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney concerns, or heart issues, you should always consult with your physician or a qualified healthcare provider before making any drastic dietary changes. Foods that are rich in potassium, for instance, may interact with certain medications. And if you have advanced kidney problems, you may need to monitor your potassium intake even more closely. Similarly, if you're taking blood thinners, be aware that certain changes in vitamin K intake, though cucumbers are not extremely high in vitamin K, they do contain some, might warrant a conversation with your doctor. Another point to consider, while apple cider vinegar can be beneficial for many, it can be harsh on the stomach if taken in large, undiluted doses. Always dilute apple cider vinegar with water, and if you have acid reflux or stomach ulcers, proceed with caution. Start with just a few drops or half a teaspoon in a glass of water to see how your body reacts. Over time, you may find the sweet spot that gives you digestive benefits without irritating your digestive tract. I also want to talk briefly about the importance of routine. Let's say you watch this video, feel inspired, eat some cucumber pear salad once, and hope to see miraculous changes. Chances are you won't. The real secret to reaping the benefits of these foods is consistent everyday practice. Incorporate one or two of the helpful combinations each day, make it a habit, and track how you feel over the course of a few weeks or months. You might notice that your digestion improves, that you have fewer issues with bloating, or that your energy levels become more stable. Small changes add up, especially in older adulthood, when the body can be sensitive to even subtle nutritional shifts. On the other hand, consistency also applies to avoiding the problematic combinations. If you're in the habit of regularly blending banana and cucumber into your morning smoothie, or you love raw carrots with cucumber at lunchtime, you don't necessarily have to cut them out entirely, but you might think about separating them in your meal schedule or lightly cooking the carrots to minimize the enzyme issue. These are small adjustments that don't require dramatic lifestyle overhauls. Let's take a deeper look at the hydration angle. As we age, the mechanism that signals thirst becomes less acute. That's why dehydration is more common. Even mild dehydration can cause symptoms like headaches, difficulty concentrating, muscle cramps, and lower energy levels. By making cucumbers a standard part of your meals or snacks, you consistently sneak in extra water content. Some people find it helpful to keep a small plate of sliced cucumbers in the fridge for a quick bite between meals. That way, whenever they open the fridge out of habit or hunger, they're greeted with a hydrating, low-calorie, and nutrient-rich option. Another point that often comes up in senior nutrition is the challenge of chewing and swallowing. Raw cucumbers can be quite crunchy, which can be an issue for those with dentures or jaw pain. Slicing them very thinly, peeling the skin if needed, or using a spiralizer to create cucumber noodles can make them more manageable. Blending cucumbers into smoothies is also an excellent strategy. For example, a senior-friendly smoothie could include half a peeled cucumber, half a pear, a handful of leafy greens like spinach, and a small amount of unsweetened yogurt or almond milk. This combination supports digestion, supplies fiber, vitamins, and hydration, and reduces the chewing requirement. While we're discussing senior concerns, we should mention that a healthy digestive system is fundamental to overall well-being. Poor digestion can lead to malabsorption of nutrients, leaving you feeling fatigued or susceptible to illnesses. By focusing on gentle, fiber-rich options like cucumbers, along with pears, apples, or other mild fruits, you give your gut a chance to function more efficiently. Sometimes older adults rely heavily on fiber supplements, laxatives, or other medical interventions to manage constipation. But in many cases, a consistent intake of natural, fiber-dense foods can help address these issues more holistically and with fewer side effects. Let's revisit the topic of pickled cucumbers or gherkins briefly. Many seniors love pickles because they're tasty, convenient, and reminiscent of home-cooked meals or quick snacks from years past. The challenge is that pickles often come in a brine loaded with sodium. Excessive sodium can spike blood pressure or undermine your efforts to keep it under control with medication. If you absolutely love pickles, consider making a homemade version. It's easier than you might think. Simply combine vinegar, like apple cider vinegar or white vinegar, with water, a controlled amount of salt, and some seasonings like dill, garlic, or peppercorns. Let sliced cucumbers soak for a day or two, and you have a tangy snack with far less sodium than most store-bought versions. Alternatively, look for low-sodium or reduced salt pickles at the grocery store. But always remember to check the nutrition label, because reduced sodium does not necessarily mean low sodium. It just means there's less than the usual version. Some people ask about cucumber skin and whether they should peel their cucumbers. The skin of a cucumber can be a significant source of fiber and some vitamins. However, if the cucumber is waxed or the skin is very thick and tough, peeling might make sense, especially for people with chewing difficulties. If you do choose to eat the skin, wash it thoroughly first to remove any pesticide residue or wax. You can even find organically grown cucumbers, which may help reduce exposure to synthetic chemicals, though they can be more expensive. Another question that comes up is whether cucumbers can upset the stomach or cause gas. Generally, cucumbers are considered easy to digest. However, some people might experience mild bloating from the seeds, which contain a compound that can be somewhat tough on sensitive digestive systems. If you find that cucumbers sometimes cause you discomfort, you might try removing the seeds. Simply slice the cucumber lengthwise and scoop out the center with a spoon, leaving the seedless flesh intact. This approach often resolves issues of gas or mild irritation. Let's delve into a few more creative ways to incorporate cucumbers into your daily routine, especially for maintaining that sense of variety and preventing boredom. One idea is to make a chilled cucumber soup. Blend peeled cucumbers with plain yogurt or a dairy-free alternative. Add a bit of garlic, dill, and lemon juice and season with pepper. Chill it in the fridge for a couple of hours and serve. This can be a refreshing lunch on a hot day, offering hydration, probiotics, if you're using regular yogurt, and a mild, soothing flavor. You could also try cucumber boats. Slice a cucumber in half lengthwise, remove the seeds, then fill the cavity with a mixture of tuna or chicken salad, or perhaps a chickpea mash for a vegetarian option. This not only provides the benefits of cucumber's hydration and nutrients, but also gives you protein and fiber from your filling. It's also a visually appealing snack or light lunch that might encourage you to eat more vegetables in general. If you're into flavored waters or spa waters, cucumbers are a classic addition. You can experiment by adding cucumber slices to a pitcher of water along with mint leaves, berries, or citrus slices. The resulting infusion can help you drink more water throughout the day, which is especially vital in older adulthood. Many older adults find that drinking plain water can feel like a chore, so adding subtle flavors can make it more appealing and fun. Let's talk a bit about the mental and emotional aspects of diet. One surprising advantage of focusing on something as straightforward as cucumbers is that it encourages mindfulness about what we eat. If you make a daily commitment to add cucumber pear salads or to avoid certain bad combinations, you start paying closer attention to your meals overall. This awareness can spill over into other areas of your diet. Maybe you realize you're drinking too much sugary soda or not getting enough protein, and you gradually make further improvements. Over time, these small, mindful steps can revolutionize your relationship with food. I'd also like to address the concept of stable energy throughout the day. As we get older, energy levels can fluctuate more dramatically, often due to a combination of health conditions, medication side effects, and changes in metabolism. Because cucumbers are low in calories and rich in water, they won't cause a big spike in blood sugar. That makes them a useful part of any meal or snack strategy aimed at maintaining steady energy. Pairing them with a protein source, like a bit of cheese or some hummus, can give you a balanced snack that sustains you without dragging you down. In all these discussions about cucumber benefits, it's important to remember that no single food is a magic cure-all. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats is the foundation for good health at any age. Cucumbers can be a valuable and convenient part of that overall plan, but you'll get the most benefits by thinking of them as one piece of the puzzle, alongside other well-chosen foods. Physical activity adapted to your level, sufficient rest, and regular medical checkups. Let's circle back and recap the main points to ensure you have a clear checklist of what's best for you. First, avoid 3 specific combinations: raw carrots with cucumbers, because of the enzyme in carrots that breaks down vitamin C; cucumbers with bananas to prevent a potential overload of potassium for those with kidney or heart issues, and pickled cucumbers with overly salty foods to keep sodium in check, reducing risks of elevated blood pressure. Second, embrace three truly beneficial combos. Cucumbers with pears for improved digestion thanks to complementary types of fiber. Cucumbers with apples to support heart health, combining potassium and pectin. And cucumbers with apple cider vinegar for enhanced nutrient absorption and better digestive support. Third, select cucumbers that are firm, medium-sized, and free of major blemishes or yellow spots. Store them carefully by wrapping them in paper towels and placing them away from ethylene-producing fruits. Use your preferred preparation techniques, whether that's slicing, spiralizing, blending, or even cooking lightly, to accommodate any physical limitations you may have. Fourth, be consistent. Small, repeated habits can accumulate over time. Whether that means regularly drinking cucumber-infused water, adding a cucumber-pear combo to your lunch, or making your own lower-salt pickles, consistency is what drives real, lasting benefits. Fifth, keep an eye on any relevant medical conditions or medications. If you have concerns about potassium, sodium, or interactions with blood thinners, consult your healthcare provider. Being proactive about these issues is essential. Finally, engage with your food in a mindful way. Notice how you feel before and after you eat. If you find something improves your digestion, energy, or mood, keep doing it. If you notice discomfort or other adverse effects, adjust accordingly. Everyone's body is unique, especially in later life when so many factors, medical conditions, medications, and personal history come into play. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you have your own tips for using cucumbers or other hydrating veggies in your daily routine? Have you encountered any challenges with combining cucumbers with other foods? Maybe you have a family recipe for a cucumber dish that's been passed down for generations. Sharing experiences can help others learn and explore new options, and it also fosters a sense of community where we support each other's journey toward healthier aging. If you found this information helpful, consider staying connected. There's a lot more to cover in future videos about nutrient-dense foods, practical cooking tips for seniors, ways to improve sleep and mobility, and how to keep your mind sharp well into your golden years. By learning, experimenting, and sharing, we can all do our part to ensure that life after 60 is defined by vitality, activity, and joy. Remember, your day-to-day choices matter. Even if cucumbers seem mundane, they can be a crucial stepping stone to better health when used wisely and consistently. It's all about finding those little steps that fit your lifestyle and slowly building a routine that you can keep up without feeling overwhelmed. Keep up that curious spirit, stay hydrated, and never underestimate the power of small changes done well. Thank you for watching, take care of yourself, and I look forward to our next discussion. Let's continue this journey together, one mindful bite at a time.